cared what other people thought, you won't be sat right there and I won't be sat here.
There's two things what hold you back in life, you know, thinking what other people think and fear of failure. They're the only two things, and they're the two things what dictate 99% of the world. So that's why people don't move forward. You know, anyone can watch a motivational video and think, I'm going to be successful and this and that, and have the good feel-good factor for that second, but it's actually living and breathing it every single day which will actually move you forward.
It's very, very true. But some people that admire, say yourself, who have somehow gathered this mindset of, I don't care what anyone thinks, but naturally from me knowing you, I've always seen you as you've never cared. So how did this mindset even come around?
To be honest, like, I do actually care what people think.
Right.
I still do. I'm still trying to find myself. I think you're always trying to find yourself. I'm not, like Nyla mentioned the other day, like she said, no one's fully got it. Like, no one fully knows life.
Oh.
And I said, yeah, Bob Proctor does. And she said, nah, I don't know. Like, you don't fully know life, or you wouldn't have feelings. Because basically, well, negative feelings, should I say? Because if you fully know life and something bad happens, you won't really react to it because you're like, oh, no life anyway, so it doesn't matter this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's
Mad when you heard it like that.
it's weird, yeah. So like, I'm still trying to find myself 1,000,000%, yeah. I think you always are, and I've definitely over the last sort of even 2 years, every single year you're getting better, every single day you're getting better, but even over the last sort of 4 months, these have been the most successful 4 months of my own career, to be honest with you. And I'm still knowing my flaws, and I know where I need to improve, and I know where I need to move forward.
But you're very comfortable with being yourself, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, that's it. But do you know, like, stuff like when you're doing a live event, for example, it's like you get nervous and you're not, when you're fully yourself, then you feel relaxed and, you know, you get the laughter and all that stuff because I'm pretty funny, to be honest.
Always says.
But when you're, like, in the mix, you're all right. But them signs of nervous, that's you caring what people think because it's affecting your emotion.
It's true.
Yeah, that's why you're nervous, because you care what people think, and you think, oh, I looked after here, like, I wonder what these are thinking of me, and then it changes how you act in a negative way. It doesn't ever change you in a positive way, caring what people think. It always brings you down. So that's why you need to not give a fuck.
Absolutely. But what's mad about the events, though, obviously, doing my first one with yourself, what I noticed was, just like you would with anything else, I don't want to call it flow state, but when you get in the rhythm a little bit, when you get that momentum, at like 2 minutes into the event and speaking, I was like, I'm just speaking to myself or my mates here.
It was weird how natural you was.
Yeah, it felt
like you. I thought you was the best talker in the day, and everyone said it who I spoke to.
That's a statement.
Yeah, everyone spoke to, like, Mike Positive messages, like Mike Positive message. That's what his Instagram is. But he's a professional speaker, and yeah, he got more emotion with it. But that's his script. You know what I mean? That's what he does. He does the emotion through a dramatic story. But you've not even told your story yet. You was just basically telling words of wisdom, but it was like you've told it a million times. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like when obviously when I'm speaking on a video, when I'm doing a live event, you can see the signs of a little bit nervous. I'm not as flowy as a sort of like now. Do you know what I mean? So it affects people in different ways. Even Peter G, he can get in his car all day and do a flowing video.
That's true.
He's nervous. He struggles on stage, but he done a really good. Like the last one, he really done well. But the first one, he was proper nervous, and it affected how he was. You was there, weren't you? Yeah. So it is mad how different tasks affect different people, and from you to go to like a car or doing a video online to that, it was exactly the same. There's no difference. So that's what was surprising, really.
That's how I felt about 2 minutes into it. I don't know how or why, but I think, ironically, taking it back to our roots, I think what helped with that a little bit, though, was being on stage earlier in the year, obviously, prep, because that was like really nerve-wracking.
Was it?
Yeah, that's something I've not really thought or spoke about, because first time, it's natural, whereas...
You're natural. Anything but natural.
Naturally enhanced. But, yeah... That testosterone, that's sweet voice, doesn't it? I don't like people who come and speak about it. But that's, I feel like I'm more confident with my voice and stuff than I am with my physique. So
Yeah.
it obviously helps within the business, doesn't it?
It's because you're confident in what you speak about because you believe it.
Absolutely.
When you believe, when you believe something, you're confident, and it's easy to talk about. Like when I'm going about the mindset stuff, like I've got the book here, How to Think and Grow Rich. If you don't know it, definitely get involved and read it. But that book, like, it's got, you know, your 12 steps in there. It's 12 laws. Like Napoleon Hill, he studied 500 people, I think, over 60 years, and they all didn't know that how they were successful, but they was, and he analysed them for like 60 years, 50 years, or whatever it is, and they all had these 12 different traits, what they all done basically, and the 12 traits are put into 12 laws. So like there's a law of vibration.
Yeah.
I've named them my sort of, because you put your own twist on things, don't you, when you read stuff. So like I've called one the law of gaps. So like basically, if you think of something as a circle, say like if you, because this is about money, because the book's about money basically and how to be successful, but in terms of law of gaps, so like say if you've got money in the bank, you know, and you're scared to lose money, you won't attract money. And say, have you ever done this where you've sort of spent something and then you've got something back straight away, or like lost a client and gained a client on the same? It's the law of gap. So you need to make a gap to get something in.
That's mad.
So if you think of it like that, yeah. So if you lose something, that's when you receive it. But if you're always scared to lose something, then that's what you receive. But what was you on about before in the car? Because I was kind of going, oh yeah, the paradigm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the paradigm is basically, it's a thing what everyone's got from birth. So your paradigm has changed throughout time. So when you was going on about, you know, you as a drug dealer basically. Yeah. So that was your
allegedly.
Yeah. So your paradigm is what you believe and what you think you are. So it's controlled by, you know, your upbringing. Like you've got a lot of good manners. It's because of your upbringing. That's your paradigm. Like always be well spoken, always respect parents. That's your paradigm. Like when people aren't like that, you know, it can be for different factors, but it might be around social influence, but that's their paradigm. No, I don't respect adults, like teachers are dicks. Do you know all them sort of things?
Yeah.
It's what you believe in, what controls who you are, but you can rewire your paradigm, and that basically controls your behaviours, your habits, and it can be controlled by your environment, and that's basically, it's what makes you successful, your paradigm.
But it's a cement turnaround when someone was to change something like that.
Yeah.
If they've been brought up a certain way and they've had a transition, because like Pete was saying on the live event, which was a really good talking point, and me and Dino wanted to speak about one of our mates yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not every man's got a good male role model in their life. So people like that who still manage to come out and look up to someone else is admirable, because when you've not got something to look up to, you've not got someone to give you a bit of good advice, when all you see is bad and you still make it out, it's impressive.
Yeah, it's weird how you can do that, really, because like say he was around all his mates who were basically criminals, and he was doing that stuff, and then it just takes one conversation to change your life. Like, you know, you're around me, and you know, well, you obviously influenced Dino, aren't you, really? But Dino's around me, and you're around me, or you might have other successful people in your life, and even your parents, you know, they've got good morals. They influence your behaviour habits, and then that can target on something else. So say like, you know, say if you got brought up by your mum and she said always be, you know, nice to parents sort of thing, and you spoke to someone's parents and they're a business owner, and then obviously successful, then obviously you're thinking, oh, that's good, that's like, I'm into that, and then it just leads on to something else. And like obviously with a coach, and you say you're influenced by me, it leads on to the idea, because your imagination controls your life, I think, and it's about basically your life is a preview of your imagination, what you've took action on. Yeah. So yeah, everything you imagine, what you take action on, that's your life.
That's mad.
And it's the imagination what lets people down when they don't take action on it, because you won't move forward then. So yeah, it's a weird one. And when you're younger, this is what I'm trying to say at a live event. When you're younger, you have an amazing imagination.
Yeah.
And then it's brought down by like the news, social, like people around you, teachers, you know, in schools. They all bring down your imagination, and they start saying you can't do things, and you have this program. Then your paradigm changes. I can't do it. I won't do it. You know, through everything growing up, it's all negative, and then you can just, it's what you choose on to focus on, what you choose to focus on grows. So that's why, obviously, if you do want to be successful, you can't be watching the news. You need to throw the rock at the screen if the news is on.
Straight through.
That's it. But you need to focus on good things daily. Like, I watch Bob Proctor every single day. Like, I don't miss a day of watching Bob Proctor.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I was in Marbella and stuff, you know, you're doing different things and you're enjoying your own holiday. But I listen to a podcast or watch him every day because you have to brainwash yourself into positivity.
Of course you do, yeah, because we're brainwashed by the negatives. And I like what you said there is something's kind of, not word for word, you said something's only as big as you make it.
Yeah.
And it's only as much effort as you put, attention that you give it and energy that you put into it. Because I was having like a bit of a shit day yesterday, and there's something that, again, not to toot your horn too much, but I've probably developed off you time after time when you've said things to me, is that I was having a bit of a shit day, really. Bad things kept on trying to happen. I woke up, my injury was playing up a little bit.
Yeah.
Got the parking ticket, it came me wheel, like it was all just going south. But every single time a thing happened, I thought, yeah, it's a couple of quid, but I'm not going to put energy into it, and I'm not going to let it take away what I've got in front of me, which is an amazing day. And I actually ended the day on a proper high note, because every single time a negative thing happened, I just didn't pay too much attention to it, because I thought it's only a little hurdle. And I believe that, again, I don't know what or who you believe in, but the way the world works is it'll benefit, or the ones who go through a little bit of perseverance, where they ride out a little bit of a storm or something bad that comes their way, instead of giving up, they get over it. I think they're the ones who, full circle, it'll come right back round to them in a positive thing. And I said to myself yesterday, I said, I had a bit of a downer today, but I still rid through, and because of that, I'm gonna have an amazing Friday, an amazing Saturday, and an amazing Sunday. And that's the result of having perseverance. And I do truly think it comes full circle.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's how you react to things. That's really what result you get. How you react to it. Yeah. It's because negative things can happen every moment of the day. You know, I could drink this bottle now and it could spill all over me. Yeah. I could either laugh, or it can change your mood. And then that mood, you know, because you need to think, when you're in a negative state, you're not thinking of anything positive, because negative and positive can't be in the same room. You can't think of, oh yeah, it's a great day today, even though you're in shit mood. You think of everything. You start thinking of other things, like, oh, this client's doing shit. Yeah. Oh, he ain't my relationship. Oh, my mum and dad's moaning. Like,
you attract it.
Yeah.
10% you attract it.
Whatever you think on, focus on, grows. And that's a true thing. And that's why, when you do want to be successful and do want to move forward, that's why you want to focus on what you want in life, because it grows then. And you'll think, when you're writing these vision boards, like, I've never met one successful person who hasn't got a vision board.
Literally.
If you haven't got a vision board, you're not successful. It's as simple as that. And it doesn't have to be the writing on the wall, but it can be something on your phone, a picture.
I think it's because if you write something down, you truly believe it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Not in a way that you are so confident that you're going to make this happen. And if you don't believe in yourself, then nothing's ever going to happen.
No, that's it. But it's like, I wrote some, because I've been doing the vision board since 2022, I think.
That's mad.
Oh no, 2000.
Since you started coaching, isn't it?
Nah, I didn't. I sort of might have been doing other bits, yeah, but before I met Nyla, actually, so it was 4 years ago. Right. And that's when I first started, really, 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, so probably 2 years into coaching. But with the, I forgot where I was going there. With a vision board, so like, you need to, so like at the start of the year, that's what we're saying. So at the start of the year, I wrote it like I was in disbelief, like I didn't believe it. So it's how you write something down is how it's going to actually determine the outcome. Yeah. So like, people often speak like, I want to be a millionaire. You're never ever going to be a millionaire if you're saying I want to be.
Yeah.
You're never ever going to be one. Like, obviously everyone wants to be one, don't they? And not everyone says it, don't they? And they don't actually think it's possible. But it's how you say it. So like, when I wrote my goals at the start of the year, I wrote like, you know, take one, for example. I have 100 clients. I put, I am going to have 100 clients. So you're writing it like the person who's not got 100 clients. So you're writing it in disbelief.
Yeah.
You need to write it like you're that person with 100 clients.
You just need to go and collect them.
And that's it, yeah. So like, when you write it like you are, so you need to think, right, I've got 200 grand in the bank. I've got 150 clients. My business is absolutely flying. So you think you're in that body now. how would you speak, act, and what would your behaviour habits be like?
Like the person who's got it.
Yeah, so that's what you need to act. You need to visualize how you are, go back in time to not being that, but then write it like you are. And that's what I changed basically 4 months ago.
That's mad.
And it was a turning point for me because,
It was at an all-time low, wasn't you?
yeah, it was at an all-time low. I had $2,000 in the bank.
The dump.
Yeah, like, I can't remember what I'd done now. I think I come back from somewhere, but
Bali.
yeah, come back from Bali. So I started the year, wanted to be teetotal and stuff like that. Went to Bali, failed with Dino. Obviously, we had a good time and all that, had great memories and stuff, but come back at an all-time low. We had 2K in the bank, wasn't getting sign-ups and stuff. Had 39 clients at the time, or 38.
Really?
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
For you, that's bad.
Yeah, no, it's the lowest I've ever been, and I had 2K in the bank, and I had more outgoings because my outgoings at the time was about $7,000 or something, and I had 2K in the bank, and obviously I had obviously Nyla to pay or whatnot, and I thought, wow, this is bad. This
Is that an accumulative of bad habits over time?
yeah,
So-
yeah, bad habits, bad reoccurring habits in terms of the drink and stuff. So drink and getting complacent, and like I say, I went into the year teetotal, done 8 weeks or something, and then went on the holiday. Obviously, I had drinks over there. I had fresh times and all that, gym sessions and stuff, but I had the drinks and stuff like that. And you spend, when you're getting the money in, you're spending and thinking because I'm a giver me. So when I'm out, I'm buying drinks and all that sort of stuff. You know, you're the weekend millionaire sort of thing. But next thing, you've got nothing. And then basically, I lent $5,000 off my mum to pay the bills. And then from that day, I thought, I'm not fucking doing this again.
Yeah.
And then from there, I just obviously made a promise to myself and just basically put the steps in place. And the rest is history, really.
But that was your turning point.
Yeah, well, I've had like, I think you have multiple turning points.
It takes to the next level each time. Would you?
Yeah, because I was stuck on 20 grand. You know, that was my top month, 20 grand. Stuck on that for like 2 years, really.
Would you say that's complacence?
It was just, it was like, I'll put that down. It was, this one's going to be a long one.
He's just spoke into existence. Not letting ruin my day.
But yeah, so.
Whilst I've got you on that topic, Cole,
Yeah.
obviously hitting 20k months on a regular basis, I know you mentioned that it got to complacent, but how do you prevent getting to complacent for someone who's up and coming?
Just keep the underdog mindset and always be open to moving up rather than celebrating before the victory.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Because I got to the 20k after a year, to be honest. It was a quick not a year of coaching, because basically what happened was sort of earning, I think the best month I've ever done then was about $5,000.
Right.
And that was like 2 years in or something like that. And then I was at another all-time low, to be honest. I was PTing at the time and coaching.
Yep.
And he had about 10 clients, 0 PT, because basically I moved gyms. So I thought, I'll go to EP Jungle and everything's going to take off and stuff like that. The owner of EP Jungle will give all the clients to the guy who's paying the most rent, basically. So when anyone come in, he was like the first point of contact, which is fair enough. Like, obviously, that's how the business works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, but I can always say that that's actually an excuse in it, because if you was that good of a coach, people would have come to you anyway. So basically, it was shit. So I didn't want getting any clients and all that. And then I was thinking of actually doing a grow, to be honest.
Really?
I was thinking
Hard times.
I was thinking about doing a grow. I was thinking of all sorts, like to earn an income.
At least I'm not the only thug in the room.
And then I thought, well, I'm clueless of all this stuff. I got all the stuff and all that, but I thought, I'm clueless of all this, and that's not me.
Really?
So
I didn't know that.
yeah. So basically, I didn't do that, luckily. But then Mark Coles, he messaged me, well, probably one of his staff, but he messaged me on Instagram twice. I booked a call, cancelled, didn't turn up. Second call, joined up. And it was, I had 2K in the bank again, roughly. And the investment was
2k part you, don't you?
Yeah, no, it's, do you know what? Like, you'll probably agree on this, but do you have like a certain amount in your bank where you're like in a worry point?
Yeah.
I do now. Obviously, it's a lot more than 2K, but
yeah.
it's like you have the worry point, and if it gets
Yeah.
below that,
Yeah.
it's like I'm skint now. Even though you could have thousands, in the bank, and you're like, I'm skint now.
It's a standard you set for yourself, innit?
It's your standards.
Yeah.
So my standards then were different than now. And that's really, you need to act into the person you want to become. You can't be doing, a 20 grand earner if you want to be 30 grand. It's totally different behaviour habits. And that's obviously why I've cut down the drink a lot, because you can't be drinking all the time and want to get all these big months and wins because drinking lowers the vibration massively.
Of course it does.
And it has a knock-on effect. People think, oh yeah, you drink for a day and that's that, but it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks of getting back on track, I would say. It depends.
And it's a mental loss, like a massive one. I've given. I went for the drink when the plan wasn't to.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But yeah, going back onto, I joined up with Mark Coles, and the investment was, I'm sure it was about 5 grand.
Really?
Yeah, and he had 2K in the bank, and I basically give 1,000 of that, because said, you can give 1,000 now and pay the rest.
Yeah.
So basically, after a month or something, I got to 10K. So
Really?
doubled after a month for being my Mark Coles, and then he got me to 20K.
That's it.
In the space of a year, and it was like I went, because there's 2 stations, so there's coaching concierge, and then you transitioning to scale then. So scale's like the big dogs, like
10 to 20K, 20 to...
Yeah, 10 plus.
Right.
So it's 10 to infinity, really, scale.
5 figures, so it's, fucking hell.
Yeah, so that's what it was. And then, I don't know, felt like I sort of was at that. I wasn't doing consistent 20K months.
Right.
A business, it's,
Yeah.
I say, a business is up and down, but mine's just been up and up and up. I'm not going to boast it. You know what I mean? Every single month I'm getting a record month now. So
Sick,
my belief in all that up and down stuff, it's completely, I don't believe in it anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Again, you're the creator, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. And with the, I think if you have got a down month, it's because of you. That's why it's only because of you. It's not because of people's got no money, or there's a billion people in the world. Everyone's got money. There's someone out there who's going to buy from you. Or someone because someone only has to like you to buy from you.
Literally.
That's all. When you're doing all these posts and staying relevant, you're just buying people's likes, really. They're trusting you, getting to know you, and they think, because you only like someone if you see something of you in them.
Yeah.
A trait. And that's why you don't like someone. You see something you don't like. You see a trait, what you think, I don't really like that.
Yeah.
It's like it might be, the way they dress, or the, how the cleanliness level, or I don't know, the way they respond to people. Say if someone's like, because people who I don't like really are people who are nicey nice, too nice.
Yeah.
Because
not real.
they're not real.
Not
so I think not real. So that's like, I wouldn't want to hang about with them.
Yeah. That's facts. That's obviously one thing that's massive within the coaching industry, is that they're going to invest into you as a person. You need to be relatable. You need to be likable. Well, no, not likable exactly. Well, in a sense, but you need to be real.
Yeah.
Because there's a load of good people in shape. Like we were saying before, there's a load of people in good shape. There's a load of good coaches, and there's a load of shit coaches. But there's a lot of people who want to invest into coaching. Everyone wants to be in good shape. So you have to stand out, and you have to be likable as a person, because they're going to invest into your knowledge and the services, but really speaking, they want to invest into you as a person.
Yeah.
And you've got to put yourself across well. You've got to be different. That's why I think one reason why I've started off quite well, still under construction 100%, but it's because I'm raw, I'm authentic, and people want to invest into that, rather than the guy says, do this for fat loss, do this for this. I do all sorts of videos because then people are seeing me, and to think, right, I get on with him. I'm quite similar to him, like you're saying. I see something of myself in them that I like. Sweet, let's invest. And he's got the knowledge, obviously, if you could put that aside.
Yeah.
And that's a key point of being yourself. And if you're being yourself and it's not working, then you're not very likeable, are you?
It's, yeah. Shit,
Need to change up.
No, but you hit the nail on the head at the start of the podcast, because you said, like, acting, not giving a shit what people think, and acting yourself. And that's one thing what you do. You act yourself, and that's why, when you start doing the videos with the Bugsy Malone voice and that, like, I thought, he's putting on a voice there, because obviously I know you for you, but then obviously now you transitioned into you just being who you are, aren't you?
Absolutely.
And really, it's all them key factors, and you wasn't giving a shit. You probably got loads of people saying, like to you, I could imagine saying, why are you speaking like that on a video and you're speaking like you are now? Do you know what I mean? But it's like eye catching and it's engaging.
It done the job, yeah. It was warming into the. I kind of care what people think, but I don't because I'm posting. But what if he or she see? But then naturally that started to go over time in terms of I don't really care because the point of not caring what other people think is I always say it this way: in 5 years' time, you're starting a business, especially around our age. You know, you might be starting a business, you might be investing into property, you might be doing whatever. Who's going to be around you to help you then?
Yeah.
The people who you think are going to care now, they're going to be nowhere to be seen, and you could miss out on every opportunity there is in today's day and age where you've got social media that our mum and dads didn't have 20 years ago, whereas you've got things like online coaching. What the fuck's that? it weren't a thing like 20, 30 years ago. Computers are just about, and imagine in 5, 10 years' time, we'd kick ourselves in the teeth and say, wow, we missed out on all that opportunity just because we cared what Sarah and Alfie thought. Like, it's crazy, and it really is the fear of judgment that holds people back.
Yeah, it is, and
last thing you've got to do is live in regret. That's smart.
Yeah, no, it is, and you need to think like the people who judge you, put you down, or say you can't do things. Are they really living the life what you want to live? Are they successful like you? Are they going in the direction what you? The answer's no to every single one of them.
Absolutely.
And the people who are successful, who are moving forward, who are doing big things, are they judging you, or are they saying, "Yeah, you've done good there, mate, but keep going"? It's a totally different response, and that's why you never want to listen to advice of someone who's not done it.
No.
And that's what I used to listen to. I used to get opinions or listen to people who's not even nowhere near where I want to be, and then think, "Oh, I feel daft telling these this."
Yeah, that's bad. That's so true.
Yeah.
There's a quote around that, isn't there? That if you feel stupid saying your goals to your mates, then they're not the people you should be around.
Nah.
And it's super important. Like, you have to be selfish. You have to cut people off. Of course you do.
Yeah.
If you've outgrown someone and, like you always say, you're on a different vibration to them, why are you going to stick around?
Yeah.
You've got to put yourself first. Sounds selfish, is what it is. Do you want to grow, or do you want to remain around them bad habits, around them vibrations? No. You want to level up. And if you were to stay around that environment, they could have killed your dreams for all you know, looking back on it.
It's weird because I actually forgot feeling daft telling my goals to people.
Yeah.
Because I'm like so into it now. I actually remember feeling daft all the time, saying I want to be a millionaire. And really, to be honest, I'm going to be a millionaire next year. It's a raw fact. But
100%.
the thing with being a millionaire, it's not actually being a millionaire, because Phil Gray, my second mentor, who's helped me a lot, is a top bloke, by the way, Phil, if you're watching this. But he asked me once when I first got on the team, like, how big do you want to take this? And I said, want to be a millionaire. He says, why? And I thought, don't know why, actually. I don't actually know why. And the reason why is it's not because I want $1 million. Yeah. It's to help more people.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you're getting the record months and, you know, you're moving forward and stuff, you can get hung up on the figures because we've all got records to break. We've all got client revenue numbers to hit and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, that's just a part of business. But when you get too into them, you actually lose the distraction of what actually means most. I used to sell plans for £10.
Yep.
You know, I wasn't asked about money then, was I? Like, I'd done it to help one person with food and training, and then obviously it grown into what it is today. And when I detach myself from actually thinking about the numbers, that's really when you grow, because you basically...
Would you say go back to them roots of when you started?
Yeah, well, basically, how you think it determines how you act.
100%. Yeah.
So if you're thinking money, sales, I want another customer, when you're on a sales call, when you're getting a client on, your responses are going to be different to that person. They'll be aggressive if you're not getting the response what you like. If they don't want to sign up, they might be a little bit like, you know, rude and stuff like that. If you don't care and you actually want to help, you're calm, you're chilled, you're understanding, you listen more. So you act how you think, and then you get the sale anyway because you're genuine. And if someone don't want to sign up, fuck them, it's their loss. You know, stay fat forever, happy days.
You know what? That is some free fucking game for anyone who wants to be successful. That is so true.
Yeah.
That's so true, especially for someone who's coming up now. Probably been a culprit of that a good few times myself.
Yeah, I have.
That's mad.
Yeah.
I have a record-breaking month now.
No, it is, because it's one of them, like, you need to think when you're on a roll with money and sales, when you get the next call, if you've got money stacked in the bank and you've just had a sign-up on that day, how's your next call? You're well more chilled because you think, oh, I had a sign up today, happy days, I'm on a winning day. If you're going through a couple of days of bad, rough patches, you're going into that next call pretty negative if you let it, because you think, I need a sign up now.
Yeah.
I've not had money in the bank, I've not had a sale. So your actions and behaviour habits are going to be different on the call.
Super true.
Yeah.
I'm going on this guy, be a millionaire.
Let me get there first. What's because we've only got a minute left, but what's your next plans up and coming this year?
Well, on the spot. Well, to wrap the year up, just keep on growing, keep on banging the results out with the clients, keep on growing as a person, maybe a little cheeky more trip. And I've got some physical goals myself, training-wise, but to conclude on what you said, to get my name out there and help as many people as possible, because it's probably the most rewarding job in the world when you get the messages, when you see the results, when someone says, you've changed my life, and you think, wow, I've actually got something in me where...
It's still recording anyway.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where I can not only make a living from it, but I can actually help people with the knowledge I've got, because I'm this obsessed with this thing, which is training, which is eating clean, which is living the lifestyle, and you get paid for it, so what better?
What's your Instagram? Active Physiques is mine.
Arv Strains is mine.
There we go. Follow us. See you in a bit.
We've waffled on for ages there, couldn't we? Time for a piss.